I'm going to tell you about how we can promote oral language skills as a foundation for learning to read. But first of all, what is oral language? Oral language is a system of spoken communication. It's the foundation of literacy and numeracy. And of course, the curriculum is delivered through language. Here we're going to focus on the contribution of oral language to reading. Oral language means using spoken words in sentences, using vocabulary, and being able to express yourself. Fluent reading means being able to read independently, at a reasonable rate, and to understand what you read. How do we intervene to ensure a child becomes a fluent reader? To become a fluent reader who can understand what they read, they need two sorts of skills. They need oral language skills and they need decoding, sometimes called phonics. Underneath these building blocks are smaller building blocks or sub-skills. In our research, we've studied children from 3.5 to around about age 8 years, and in that longitudinal work, we've identified the precursors of reading. These are principally oral language, phoneme awareness, and letter knowledge. So how do we train these skills? We've found that training phoneme awareness and training letter knowledge and ensuring that these two skills are linked together in reading of books that are not too hard for the child is a very effective intervention. Through that kind of intervention, children develop decoding skills. To improve oral language, we have found time and time again that it's important to work on active listening, vocabulary, and oral narrative skills, the ability of children to express themselves. Building knowledge of vocabulary is especially important. It is obvious that oral language skills are a key to spoken communication, but what's not always obvious is that they're also essential for learning to read. Without these building blocks in place, the child is likely to fail to learn to read. And one further element that is important is reading practice. The child must practice linking phonemes with letters in order to decode in the context of books, and also that helps them to build up their sight vocabulary. When a child has all these building blocks in place and also reading practice, then they can not only read fluently but also with understanding. It's often taken for granted that children come to school with well-developed oral language skills. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. In particular, many children who go on to have reading difficulties come to school with poorly developed language. For children who are at risk of reading difficulties, it's important to provide support with oral language skills to provide a firm foundation for learning to read. Some children will need ongoing support with language and literacy. There's no quick fix for language difficulties. If these skills can be developed together, you can be sure you're laying a good foundation for fluent reading. Our main message today is to remember the importance of oral language skills. For more information on our research, take a look here at our slideshow or some of the links that we present.